Washington, Oregon, and Alaska are going to be a region separate as well. So there are going to be 4 regions come out of these 2 current ones. What that means to us, since we manage both of them, we're the asset manager for both of those regions, we're at risk on our contract as well. And this all happened because of funding issues that were originally done when the GSA contract was awarded, which is beyond our means and beyond our control. But it had nothing to do with the asset manager's capability of running a contract or their performance. We actually are one of the highest rated AMs in the country for HUD. We're pretty confident in regards to our chances, but then again, you just never know. So there may be changes in asset managers coming to you real soon. The bids were already out, the bids are submitted, the deadline has passed, and we're just kind of waiting to hear the results of the awards. So we should hear sometime in early March as to what's going to happen with these contracts. So don't be surprised if you see changes in asset managers. Hopefully you won't see any changes in Arizona. We're hoping that we'll still be the asset manager, but you just never know. The process is not going to change much, I don't believe, and I hope they don't, because we have finally managed a way to make everything in all of the contracts that regarding the 793 work together and work more streamlined. And we're kind of getting ready, we're closing things more on time now, and everything's much more smoother. So I hope they don't make any changes on the procedures, which I don't think they will. So we're always positive, and we're going to move forward, and then whatever happens, happens out of our control. We don't have no control over that. But we're going to just keep on moving forward and hope that everything happens for the best. So I would like to start our presentation. Hopefully every one of you will enjoy this. There's a lot of great information I'm going to be going through, and I'll try to go through it as slow as possible. Like I mentioned, after the first session, we'll go through a question and answer based on what we have learned so far. So, how to successfully sell HUD homes is the main thing. We're going to talk about the HUD Home Store and the DOE Resources websites. Those 2 websites, what they have, what kind of resources you can get out of them. Benefits of purchasing HUD homes. This is a great thing for you guys to all write down. I would really encourage everyone to take notes on the benefits portion, and here's why. I always say whenever we're selling something, you have to know what you're selling. You have to realize what you're getting into. You have to learn the product, you have to learn about the services. Once you know what these benefits are, you can sell them much more better. So it's important to know what these benefits are to the buyers before you'll be able to sell them effectively. So we'll go through that. We'll talk a little bit about NAHREP and broker registration. Who in here is a broker and does not have a NAHREP number? Okay, there's a couple of you in here. So I'm going to briefly discuss in regards to direct you where to go to get your NAHREP number, because you're going to need that to be able to submit bids and offers with HUD. And keep in mind, when we're talking about bids, we're talking about offers in the HUD world. They're called bids because they're electronically done online. The bid is submitted online. So when a lot of people hear bids, they're kind of thinking maybe auction, but it really isn't nothing like an eBay auction or auction that you see out there. So keep that in mind. A bid means offer. And then we'll talk about the HUD home process, just generally what happens before the property is listed, when it's listed, and after it's closed. We'll be discussing that. Bidding and submitting offers. Overbidding is a big subject that we're going to touch on and kind of stress the facts and the details in regards to what happens with overbidding. Because a lot of us may be thinking that it's like a Fannie Mae product where you overbid and Fannie Mae is going to give you the price and this and that. It's different with HUD, so I'm going to make note of that when I get to that section too. And then we're going to go through the HUD one-page contract, discuss every line item. There's about 13 lines in the whole contract, very simple contract. And then we'll go through some frequently asked questions, and then end it off with marketing. First off, the HUDHomestore.com site. If anybody has not heard of HUDHomestore.com, I'd be surprised, but if you haven't, that's fine. We'll teach you, we'll tell you how to get there. So you go to HUDHomestore.com, this is how the website looks like. Some important resources available to you on this website. This website is great. I call it the HUD MLS because it's a nationwide MLS. Has every active HUD home in the whole country on this website. So it's great for buyers to go out there and actually shop around for their house. They cannot submit a bid without an agent, so they're going to have to come back to you as the agent to submit the bid. Bless you. Bid deadlines. And it's going to have exactly when the bid deadline is on that particular property that you're looking at, which is something that you need to know, because of course there's certain finance types that have certain bid deadlines. I'm going to go through those with you when it comes time in the presentation, so you'll be free to know exactly everything that's going on with this. Contract packages on the addendums tab. It's going to have all of your contract packages, your addendums, anything that's needed in that particular listing is going to be on the addendums tab on that HUD Home Store site. It has the agent information, who the listing agent is, who the asset manager is. In Arizona's case, it's one asset manager, which is us, and then the field service manager. Field service manager, there's two in the state of Arizona, and I believe they're called MK or PK management, and then in Ocean. Is that correct? Correct. Yeah. There's difference in different states, so I kind of get thrown off on it. But it is PK management and in Ocean here in Arizona for the field service manager. It's good to know who they are, because of course you're going to be dealing with them with home inspections and anything else that happens in regards to the preservation of the property, things like that. And then the property flyers, you can actually print your own property flyer off the website, as well as NAHREP registration. This is where you're going to go for those of you that don't have a NAHREP number. You're going to go to the HUDHomestorewebsite.com, and you're going to click on NAHREP registration. When you click on NAHREP registration, you're going to get the page that tells you what you need exactly to complete a NAHREP number, to get your NAHREP number, and what forms you'll need and what documents you'll need. Make sure you submit a complete package that is completely completed in the as far as the application, and all your documents are current, because you're going to cause delays if your documents are not current. So make sure of that when you're doing that NAHREP registration. It has a resources tab, which leads you to HUD.gov, which is a great site for all frequently asked questions in regards to FHA problem or knowledge that you want on loans, on the whole process, everything like that. It's a great site. I think it's really one of HUD's greatest accomplishments, and you would not expect a site to come out like that from HUD, really, but I really commend them. They've done a great job on this website. It is so streamlined, and everything really happens on that website there. And then, of course, it talks about HUD special programs and incentives. For example, the Good Neighbor Next Door program. I'll touch on it a little bit during the presentation, but not go into detail too much on it. This is our website, blbresources.com. This is what it looks like when you get there. On this website, you'll find latest news and announcements. It also is a great site with a lot of great information, so I highly suggest that you visit it and kind of browse through it. You'll find the seller broker handbooks there. In this region, since it's the 1S region, you will have to go in and download the 1S seller broker handbook. It's really an awesome handbook because it goes into detail of everything that I'm going to talk about today. But it's really information at your fingertips. So if you don't get anything today, or you missed something, you can go back and download the 1S manual. It's about a 50-page manual. It's a PDF file. It's easy to download and refer to at a later time. The contract package, including how to fill out a complete contract, is all on our website as well. That's one of the great things I like about our website is the Forms tab, which takes you to all of our forms. So if you have a form that's missing, or you need to get a form, or you forgot about a form, you can go back and download that form and use it at any time. And then the HUD Forward List, which is BLB Resources' exclusive marketing tool that is available for every agent out there, and it's free to use as a lead generator. I'm going to talk to you all about that in the marketing part of the presentation. Training calendar is really not updated because of the fact that we're usually using our social media for updates on training. When we revamp the website, I'm sure that training calendar is going to look a little different, so don't pay too close attention to that training calendar when you get there, just to give you a heads up on that. You'll see HUD's closing agents, the designated closing agent information on our website as well. And then the buyer information, important frequently asked questions that buyers have usually is going to be on there as well. Other important resources, if you do not know this website, I highly suggest you make a note of this, blbresources.tv. This is our webcast channel. This is where I have all my videos in regards to all my presentations that I've done in regards to the sales process, marketing, the HUD contract, how to complete it. So if you ever need to refer to it, it's always a great place to go back and watch a video of yours truly doing a presentation in regards to different parts of the aspects of the process. So it's a great site to definitely visit. There's actually a 1-hour marketing webcast on that talks all about marketing. It's more detailed than what I'm going to go through today as well. And then blbradio.com, that's our radio show that we have every Tuesdays. Mark your calendars. It's going to be on for the whole year, every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You visit blbradio.com, you'll go to our radio site, click on live at 10 a.m. You'll be able to listen to us live. And we have great programs. It's always something about the process of HUD, different portions of it, about contract, everything, any updates that happen. You're going to be here first to hear them on that radio show there. It's 10 a.m. Pacific time, which means 11 o'clock here. Facebook site, /BLB Resources, and of course YouTube. Our YouTube channel is CA, which stands for California, BLB Resources. That also is a great site that has some training videos on it as well. And Twitter.com, which is BLB Resources as well. LinkedIn.com is another social site we use. You have to search for BLB Resources. You'll find our LinkedIn site there. So moving on to benefits. This is where I want you to take some notes, guys. If you can, pay attention to these benefits because this is really going to help you when you're out there selling HUD homes. Okay, the first greatest benefit that I want to talk about. HUD will pay up to 3% of buyers' closing costs. This is great for your buyers that are especially our first-time home buyers. They get up to 3% seller closing costs paid by HUD. It does have to be negotiated in the contract, so make sure you include that in your contract. But you want to also make sure that you may not be using the full 3% because HUD already pays some of the closing costs up front. They pay them automatically. For example, the escrow fee and appraisal and a couple other fees that I'm going to talk to you guys about. So you may not need the full 3%. So keep that in mind because don't forget, when you're submitting a bid to HUD, you're submitting it based on the highest net. It's not highest and best offer. So keep that in mind. We don't look at the highest and best offer. We look at the highest net. So meaning we deduct the commissions and the seller closing costs that are going to be paid. And that net is what we're going to look at as the best offer that you have. So that's